Welcome to District Command Central, your go-to source for the latest news and updates on the Washington Commanders. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss a play. The NFL world is absolutely buzzing tonight as rumors swirl about one of the most jaw-dropping trades of the season, involving none other than Devin Lloyd. Sources close to the league have hinted that the Washington Commanders have pulled off what many are already calling a borderline insane move, acquiring Lloyd in a deal that could reshape not only their defense, but the entire AFC East. Narrative. Imagine the shockwaves running through locker rooms and social media timelines as fans try to piece together just how this trade came to be. Devin Lloyd, known for his relentless aggression, sideline-to-sideline range, and instinctual football IQ, has been a cornerstone of his previous team. And whispers suggest that the Commanders' front office saw an opportunity they simply couldn't pass up. The chatter in sports media circles is frantic, with analysts debating the exact compensation sent the other way, the strategic motives behind this acquisition, and what it signals about the Commanders' ambition to compete at the highest level immediately. Meanwhile, fans are already envisioning Lloyd patrolling the middle of the field, delivering bone-crushing hits, and becoming the centerpiece of a revamped linebacker corps that could suddenly catapult Washington into serious playoff contention. The timing of this trade, according to insiders, could not have been more dramatic as the NFL season heats up and teams jockey for positioning. The addition of a player like Devin Lloyd sends a clear message. The Commanders are not content with mediocrity. Rumors suggest intense negotiations behind closed doors, with both sides reportedly holding firm until the final hours, and then a flurry of texts, calls, and late-night meetings sealed the deal. Sports reporters close to the action have described an atmosphere of disbelief when the news broke, with even veteran analysts admitting they had to double-check sources. The whispers surrounding Lloyd's move touch on more than just his on-field talent. They hint at a calculated shakeup in team culture, leadership dynamics, and defensive schemes. Some insiders suggest this could be the catalyst for a cascade of additional trades or roster adjustments, as the Commanders look to maximize Lloyd's immediate impact while balancing salary cap considerations. Meanwhile, fans are torn between excitement, shock, and curiosity, speculating endlessly on social media about how he will fit alongside the existing defensive stars. Reports indicate that Devin Lloyd's integration into the Commanders' system is expected to be rapid, with coaches reportedly impressed by his adaptability, communication skills, and football intelligence. Sources say team meetings have already been reshaped to accommodate his arrival, highlighting the trust the coaching staff has in his ability to learn complex schemes quickly. Observers note that his presence on the field changes opposing offensive strategies immediately, with quarterbacks needing to account for his sideline-to-sideline presence and explosive tackling ability. Rumor has it that veteran players have been vocal about welcoming him into the locker room, seeing his intensity as a spark that could elevate the group as a whole. Meanwhile, sports pundits are diving into past tape, analyzing every play of Lloyd's previous seasons, and debating whether his style complements or transforms the Commanders' defensive philosophy. Social media threads are alive with speculation about how his arrival might influence draft picks, free agent signings, and even the team's long-term trajectory. The consensus among insiders seems to be that Devin Lloyd is more than just a player. He represents a statement of intent, signaling that Washington is serious about being a force to be reckoned with. Financially, the trade has also stirred plenty of chatter, while exact figures remain under wraps. Sources hint at a deal structure that reflects both immediate performance expectations and long-term investment in Lloyd's prime years. Analysts speculate that this could set precedents for linebacker valuations in upcoming seasons, as teams reevaluate how they assign monetary and strategic value to defensive game-changers. Rumors even suggest that other franchises are watching closely, considering potential moves to prevent themselves from being outmaneuvered in future trade windows. Meanwhile, fans are dissecting the trade on multiple levels, from fantasy implications to ticket sales, imagining the adrenaline-charged atmosphere at FedEx Field once Lloyd takes the field in Commanders colors. The media frenzy is only intensifying as insider information trickles out in bits and pieces, keeping everyone guessing about the full scope of what the Commanders may have sacrificed to acquire such a dynamic talent. Between the on-field excitement and the off-field intrigue, this trade has all the makings of a legendary NFL moment that could be remembered for years. Even within the team, the buzz is palpable. Sources close to the locker room report that players are energized, with an almost tangible sense of anticipation in meetings, practice, and film sessions. Coaches are reportedly revisiting defensive calls and formations, imagining how Lloyd's unique skill set can be leveraged to disrupt opposing offenses more efficiently than ever. Teammates have been quoted in whispers praising his football intellect, leadership potential, and undeniable competitiveness, suggesting that his arrival may create a ripple effect across the entire roster. The rumor mill is also abuzz, with speculation about how this trade might impact locker room dynamics, with analysts debating whether Lloyd's aggressive style complements or challenges existing personalities. Social media platforms are flooded with clips of his previous highlights, memes, and speculative commentary, further amplifying the sense that the Commanders' fanbase is on the verge of a collective frenzy. Conversations about team strategy, future draft priorities, and playoff ambitions have taken on a new intensity since Lloyd's acquisition, making it clear that this is not just a routine trade but a transformative event, with potentially far-reaching consequences for the entire franchise. Beyond the immediate excitement, this trade has fueled intense debate among NFL analysts about long-term implications. Will Devin Lloyd become the defensive anchor that turns Washington into a perennial contender? Or is this a high-stakes gamble with pressure mounting on both player and organization? Some sources suggest that the trade could influence the Commanders' approach to upcoming free agency, draft strategy, and even contract negotiations. As front offices observe the ripple effects of Lloyd's presence, fans continue to speculate endlessly, imagining scenarios where he single-handedly changes the outcome of critical games, leads key defensive stops, and becomes the face of the team's resurgence. Meanwhile, pundits are dissecting the trade in real time, comparing it to other blockbuster moves in league history and debating whether the Commanders' management deserves accolades for strategic brilliance or criticism for potential risk. All the while, Devin Lloyd's own perspective is a subject of rampant speculation, with insiders hinting at his excitement, competitiveness, and readiness to embrace the challenge of a new environment. One thing is clear: in the world of NFL rumors, few moves have caused this level of speculation, hype, and outright amazement, making the arrival of Devin Lloyd in Washington a story that will dominate conversations for weeks, if not months, as the ripple effects of the trade settle in. Insiders suggest that Devin Lloyd's arrival may fundamentally alter the way opposing offenses prepare for the Commanders. Rumors indicate that coordinators are scrambling to adjust schemes and implement backup plans, aware that a player of Lloyd's caliber can single-handedly disrupt timing, reads, and spacing on every snap. Sources close to the team hint that film sessions have become more intense, with Lloyd taking a lead role in communication assignments and even mentoring younger players. The locker room atmosphere, according to whispers, has shifted from routine energy to one charged with anticipation and competitive drive, with teammates seemingly energized by his presence and the promise of a defensive renaissance. Meanwhile, media outlets are exploding with analysis, hot takes, and speculative commentary, dissecting how Lloyd's skill set will mesh with existing personnel and what matchups may now favor Washington in ways previously unimagined. Fans are equally vocal online, posting highlight reels, debating his fit, and envisioning scenarios where his impact becomes a defining factor in close games, playoff pushes, and potential championship runs. The sense of a franchise in motion, riding the wave of a bold and ambitious move, has never been more palpable in rumors circulating around the league. Insider chatter also emphasizes the psychological effect this trade may have on the rest of the league. Rivals are reportedly taking notice, reconsidering their own defensive personnel strategies, and even reevaluating trades or draft priorities to keep pace with a Washington team that now boasts one of the most feared linebackers in the league. Sources suggest that locker room leaders are stepping up, inspired by Lloyd's competitive mentality, while coaches are reworking practice routines to maximize his immediate impact. Analysts speculate on the cascading effects, from motivating young talent to boosting overall defensive morale and accountability. Fans continue to flood social media with theories, memes, and hypothetical matchups, reflecting the almost viral level of interest that this blockbuster trade has generated. Meanwhile, whispers hint at secret plans within the Commanders' organization to leverage Lloyd's presence for marketing, fan engagement, and a renewed sense of team identity, suggesting that his arrival is more than just a football move. It is a franchise-defining moment with cultural, financial, and competitive dimensions. Another layer of the story revolves around Devin Lloyd's adaptability to the Commanders' defensive schemes. Rumors point to an unusually smooth transition, with coaches reportedly praising his rapid grasp of complex plays, pre-snap reads, and coverage adjustments. Observers speculate that this could shorten the usual adjustment period and allow Lloyd to make game-changing plays almost immediately. Insider chatter emphasizes his leadership qualities, describing how he communicates assignments with clarity, intensity, and precision, which in turn elevates teammates' performance. Analysts are diving deep into film comparisons, projecting how his previous patterns translate into a new defensive environment, while fans eagerly anticipate seeing his signature sideline-to-sideline explosiveness on primetime broadcasts. Whispers about his off-field professionalism, film study habits, and competitive drive only add to the excitement, painting a picture of a player who is not just physically gifted but strategically invaluable. The combination of talent, intelligence, and leadership has everyone speculating that this could be a turning point for Washington, redefining expectations and fueling endless conversation across media platforms and fan communities. Financial implications also continue to fuel speculation. Rumors suggest that the trade package involved careful maneuvering around salary cap constraints, bonus structures, and potential long-term incentives, indicating a calculated gamble by the Commanders' front office. Analysts debate the potential returns on investment, considering both performance outcomes and the intangible value of acquiring a high-profile defensive star. Speculation abounds that this move may influence the valuation of linebackers across the league, raising questions about how much teams are willing to pay for game-changing defensive talent in upcoming seasons. Meanwhile, fans continue dissecting potential fantasy football implications, playoff scenarios, and the symbolic significance of a bold, headline-grabbing trade. The swirling conversations blend on-field analysis with off-field speculation, highlighting how a single blockbuster trade can reverberate through multiple dimensions of the league, from financial strategy to media narratives to fan engagement, demonstrating that Devin Lloyd's arrival is not just a sports story, but a cultural moment within the NFL ecosystem. If you're enjoying the coverage, make sure to smash that like button and drop a comment with your thoughts on the Commanders' latest moves. We want to hear from you. Rumors also focus on the potential domino effect this trade may trigger. Insider chatter suggests the Commanders could pursue additional trades, roster tweaks, or scheme adjustments to maximize Lloyd's impact. Analysts speculate that acquiring him signals a larger philosophy shift, a commitment to aggressive, high-energy, turnover-focused football designed to disrupt opponents and energize fans. Locker room insiders hint at a renewed sense of urgency and accountability, with players motivated to match Lloyd's intensity and coaches adjusting expectations accordingly. Fans on social media are captivated, sharing highlight reels, mock scenarios, and theories about how this trade could influence rival divisions, playoff seeding, and even the Super Bowl landscape. The rumor mill thrives on these cascading implications, painting a vivid picture of an organization and a league on the move, fueled by a single player whose arrival sparks strategy, debate, and excitement across every corner of the NFL. Further speculation emphasizes the psychological and cultural effects of Lloyd's arrival. Sources report that his presence immediately alters the locker room atmosphere, encouraging competitiveness, focus, and leadership among peers. Coaches are reportedly leveraging his work ethic as a model, integrating his approach into team-wide expectations. Analysts speculate that Lloyd's influence extends beyond defense, affecting overall team culture, preparation, and performance mindset. Fans continue to amplify the buzz, creating viral content, memes, and discussions that further fuel the narrative of a transformative acquisition. Whispers about potential rival reactions, draft strategy shifts, and strategic adaptations suggest that this trade's impact may ripple throughout the league for months. In short, the hype surrounding Devin Lloyd's move to the Commanders isn't just about football talent. It's a multifaceted phenomenon combining strategy, leadership, culture, and the ever-present thrill of NFL rumor and speculation. Finally, the excitement culminates in a sense of anticipation that permeates both media and fan bases alike. The whispers, speculation, and insider reports converge to form a narrative of bold ambition and high stakes. With Devin Lloyd at its center, observers are already projecting game-changing plays, defensive dominance, and leadership influence, imagining scenarios where his presence fundamentally alters outcomes. Social media chatter, sports shows, and online forums are saturated with analysis, debate, and excitement, painting the arrival of Lloyd as a pivotal moment in recent NFL history. Rumors about locker room adjustments, strategic innovations, and potential future trades further amplify the sense that this is more than just a roster move. It is a statement, a spectacle, and a catalyst for change, from fans' eager expectations to analysts' meticulous breakdowns. The trade has become a cultural phenomenon, signaling that Devin Lloyd's journey with the Commanders is a story that will dominate conversation, speculation, and excitement across the NFL for weeks to come, making this perhaps the most talked about trade of the year. Thanks for tuning into District Command Central. Make sure to subscribe and follow us for all the Commanders news you need. Until next time, keep the faith and hail to the Commanders.